Hi, and welcome to the Turning Pain into Strength podcast. I am your host, Michelle Eberwein. It was a real honor to interview this incredible young man. He was physically branded as property in Haiti as a small child, who now guides and inspires young people across America. Castera Charles' story is unlike any that you've heard. Tune in now to hear how he transformed his unimaginable beginnings into hope, purpose, and a message that every person needs to hear. So, tell me about yourself. I know that you were born in Haiti,
Yes.
and let's start with your childhood, and we'll save the best for last.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So, you were born in Haiti. Did you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, I had many brothers and sisters from my biological family.
Okay. Okay. Now, did they come over with you?
No, they did not.
Okay.
They're still in Haiti. My one sister is in France now.
Okay. Okay. Do you keep in touch with her?
Yeah, a little bit. And then I used to, for a while, like keep in touch with my brother in Haiti, but I haven't heard from him in a while.
Okay. So tell me what your childhood was like.
My childhood in Haiti was a big struggle, with malnutrition, sickness, disability that I didn't know about,
Right.
not know my biological family, living in the streets, one day getting captured into child slavery, which is known as modern day slavery in Haiti, where people are forced to work and they don't get rewarded nothing. It's just them, sleeping on floors, getting beat, and doing things against their will.
Right. Now, does this start with children?
Yes, it does start with kids. So at the time, I was about 3 years old when I got into child slavery. And so I got captured from the streets. And then after that, I was branded on my left arm right here. I don't know how well you can see
See
it.
it. Yeah.
Still have it to this day. And I was forced to work.
Wow. Now, did every child or adult get branded?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
To keep track of who's owns who.
Wow. And you thought this was normal in your life at that time?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So how did you get over here? Tell me that part.
Um, so the missionary rescued me and then put me in an orphanage.
Wow.
She rescued me for $60, by the way, in US dollars, if you were curious about that. And then after that,
$60?
$60, yep.
Wow. Okay.
Then what happened was at that time, a family in Ohio was looking into adoption and they looked and saw, Haiti, and the first picture I guess that popped up was a picture of me smiling, and my mom tells me to this day that's one of the reasons she adopted me. And then, they wanted to add to the family, and they also, you know, they also like manage manage it very well, just working with kids that have disabilities or struggles, in this story.
Wow. So how old were you when you came to America?
Well, I came to America in 2005 of December 29th, and I was about 6 years old at the time.
Wow, you remember that date really easily. What was the first thing you did when you came to America?
The first thing I did was meet my adoptive family, and then I had my first American meal, which was pizza. It was large. Ate it all by myself.
Oh, a large pizza. Oh my gosh. That had to be amazing.
Oh, best feeling in the world, you know.
For sure, for sure. So, did you share the house with a brother, stepbrothers and stepsisters then? Or were you the only child?
No, so they have two biological daughters of theirs in the family. They're both about 10 years older than me.
Okay. So, did they just take you under their wing and take care of you?
Yeah, they did, but I didn't, since they're a lot older than me, I didn't really get to be around them much because I
Okay.
was, going into elementary school, they were in high school, and then, you know,
Yeah, for sure. High school is a whole different world.
yeah, and then they went on to college.
hmm So, how was it in school? Because I read that you didn't like school so much.
Yeah, I've never, well, it's because I struggle with learning things, and I think people don't understand that.
Okay.
You can't just talk to me into something. You have to visually or hand on show me something. And not only that, but I think that people lose like patience with like having to repeat themselves, not understanding, my background.
Wow.
I,
So you went to grammar school in America, right? Like first grade?
so I went, so I went to an all hearings white school in America.
hmm How was that?
I mean, I mean, it was a big struggle for me, first thing, um, just like when I arrived to America, learning how to use the bathroom because in Miami, I peed peed in a planter because I didn't know how to use the bathroom. And so
Oh, wow.
so my parents both, had learned that, I needed some work and they knew when it came to school that I was going to struggle with like communication because English is not my first language.
Right.
Saw that, I was not very motivated about school and um, that I didn't know how to play with other kids my age, and I had trouble with focusing.
Okay. So like an ADHD.
Yeah, learning this disability. Yeah, yeah.
Wow. So we're done with grammar school and then you went into high school?
Yeah.
Okay. So were you playing sports as a freshman?
Yes, so I started playing sports when I arrived to America.
Oh, okay.
Soccer for um I don't think long, and then I did baseball for years before middle school, then got into basketball, and then football came around middle school where I scored my first touchdown.
Oh, that was it.
That changed my moment. That changed my moment, of how I saw things, and it helped me improve of who I was as a person. and working just harder in school and real life. And then I did track to like help me with my speed in
Mhm.
football. And that led me to being motivated to one, to continue to play football in high school and at the college level.
Wow. Did you understand how big it was to be chosen for football in the college?
Yes,
Okay, good.
I'm grateful
Good,
to get
good.
that opportunity.
Right, right. So how did that start? Did a scout see you or did you try out? Like how did that work?
It started for me at an early age in middle school, going to football camps, continuing all the way through high school, just writing letters to coaches and
Okay.
building the connection. And then one day, my senior year of high school, I got a DM on Twitter from the Gallaudet football coach,
Mhm.
let me know that he was interested. And Gallaudet is a deaf, hard of hearing school because I've always been hard of hearing my whole life. People would think I accepted the offer,
Mhm.
but at the same time, I was like, hesitate on it because I was so, used to the hearing world, even though I have hearing aids, I
Mhm.
read lips, you know, I was still just used to the hearing world. Never have I been in the deaf community or had the opportunity. I didn't know about it yet. But also the thing that really helped me was that I got support from my adoptive family as well to help me lead me to the opportunity. So I went on a few visits to Gallaudet, still was not sure, and not really having diversity, I decided that was the best opportunity for me to continue to survive and thrive and show that I can do anything I put my heart to.
Yeah, that is huge because how many people would have just given up on life?
I think a lot of people, you could sit there in the corner and feel sorry for yourself and do nothing
Right.
because you get a no, but at the same time, I didn't let my Haiti story or the struggles I've had with lack of diversity
Mhm.
hold me back.
Wow. No, you have not. That is for sure. I mean, you are such an inspiration by just watching your football tapes. It's amazing. Now, was everybody on the team deaf?
Yes, so
Okay.
some people were deaf, um, some are hard of hearing, a few are hearing.
Okay. So how did the coach this?
So the coach is hearing.
Mm-hmm.
The coach, he uses sign language. The first time he arrived at Gallaudet, he didn't know sign either, and we just,
He
you know,
learned.
interpreters help him learn, right? And now it's all good.
Right. And the team accepted you because you're one of their own.
Yes, I'm one of them.
That's wonderful. So, were there any struggles on the team? I mean, or did you just become a superstar right away?
Um, there was a lot of struggles, honestly. I've learned over the years, I thought, I'm gonna meet new people that are just like me, whether they're like adopted from Haiti, deaf, hard of hearing, football players. You know, I learned that people have different path and that, not everyone will see you as them. So first time going to Gallaudet, I really struggled because I was not great with sign language.
Mhm.
I never learned it before. And, learning about the deaf community, I learned that, you know, they can be friendly people, but not all of them are friendly. There's still negative in there, drama, gossip, you just gotta watch Deaf You. But at the same time, the positive that helped me through my struggle was there were people that's been signing a long time that understood me, that
Okay.
helped learn more about the deaf culture. I mean, just learning about the deaf culture was great for me, and learning sign language was great for me, and just making new friends that can relate.
Yes, absolutely. So you went on and you played amazing. I mean, you were like the top guy. You were the guy. So, did you play all 4 years of college?
Yes, I did play all 4 years of college. Now, in college, I will tell you that, you know, going there, you can be the star of your team from high school, middle school, it doesn't matter, but it's a whole new ball game. And I had to compete with a lot of people, and sometimes I had my moments where I got a lot of opportunities, and then there were a lot of time where I got lack of opportunities, and also, the injuries didn't help either, and just the lack of opportunity didn't really help. But at the end of the day,
Mhm.
I did my best, even though I may not have been the best player on the team. But I think the thing that made me stood out was I was using my story to inspire people.
No, that's wonderful. And everyone, I'm sure, has been really receptive to that story and inspired. Wow. I mean, that's a lot of goodness in your heart. So, how do you start out telling your story when you meet somebody, like on the football team? At what point do you say, I've really struggled in my childhood, and then tell your story?
I just tell them, like I try to keep it short, even though it's a long story. But I just went through poverty in Haiti
Mhm.
and, just go to that the missionary rescued me. Then I got adopted in America, struggling with being hard of hearing, just the opportunity to get in to play football.
Mhm.
I just let them know that, hey, I struggle with a lot of things. I'm sure you have too, and I'm here to share my story if you want to, if you feel like you're not in the right moment or the right place.
Right. And I'm sure there's just a lot of boys that look up to you. That's got to make you feel so good.
It does make me feel good, just the opportunity, to be able to have people come up to me, just knowing the story, tell me that they've heard of the story, makes me feel good and that they're inspired at the end of the day. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So you said you had injuries. Is that in football you got injured?
Yeah, it started with high school. My freshman year, I had ankle injury.
Mhm.
My sophomore year, I made it through healthy. My junior year, I had hamstring injuries, and then I also had um, had an ankle injury as well too. And then senior year of high school, I was good. Freshman year of college, I was good. My sophomore year, I struggled with a little bit of injury from track season
Okay.
and through the hamstring.
Mm.
Junior year, not really much from the lack of opportunity. Then my senior year, I was, getting ready for a big year and I was excited. I was not the main guy, but I was having fun, practicing well.
Mm-hmm.
Played in a few games before that, and then I had a blood clot that ended my football career.
How did you know you had a blood clot?
Um, I during the middle of the season,
Mhm.
I was running a play, and I also had an ankle injury at the time too.
Mm-hmm.
I stepped wrong, and I thought it was a cramp, and you know, then I sat out practice, and then the next day practiced again. Then we had a bus ride that was supposed to be like, I don't know, 5, 6 hours long. And I was sitting there, I was still feeling something weird. And then I tried to play in the game and I was just slow, not moving at all. And so then, I got taken out of the game. And after that, I had another long bus ride back to Gallaudet.
Mm-hmm.
Got evaluated the next day, found out that my right leg was bigger than my left leg and my calf. And so had to go to the doctors and they found out I had a blood clot and that I couldn't, work out for a while or, play football.
Wow. Are you on blood thinners now for that?
Finished with it.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. That that is terrifying.
It is scary.
Wow. And at any point through all these setbacks, you could have given up.
Right. I could have said, I don't want to coach sports or, be a personal trainer, but at the end of the day, you know, I may not be playing football, but at the end of the day, I'm still inspiring people through coaching and fitness.
Right. Tell me about that. You're coaching basketball.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm coaching basketball. So, my senior year of college, I was looking for job opportunities, thought about it, and I looked at mostly Florida because that's where a lot of my families are,
Mhm.
diversity, the deaf community, and being closer to Haiti because I was born in Haiti.
Sure.
And so, then I got the job opportunity after applying for 2 months and, found out that FSDB, Florida School for the Deaf and Blind, wanted me. And I was an assistant teacher, which I was not a fan of, just was not my thing. But
Mhm.
I love the coaching part though. Coaching the deaf school was fun. And then through that time I was able to inspire many deaf, hard of hearing kids at FSDB.
Mhm.
After that, I moved on and now I'm working at the YMCA, coaching basketball, helping with the wellness floor, personal training, and the kid zone, just making the best of it. And, I just had my last game yesterday with the kids, and they were all inspired and loved that I coached them. They, you know, told me that after they found out about my story, not only them, but the parents who were our biggest supporters during the season, you know, showed some love, and it was great. And just seeing that makes me also feel, inspired too. The kid inspires me.
Yeah, that's really sweet. I know they will love to hear that. Now, you're so positive and you just radiate this amazing energy. At any time, did you struggle like with depression, like why me? Or were you always this positive?
There's been times, where I struggle with like stress through like college football, lack of opportunity, or high school where I was in an all-white hearing school. I struggle with that. But other than that, I don't really think of it as why me a lot because I know like there's someone out there that's, in my position that was that's in my position that I used to be in, and they're struggling, and I look at it day by day that, every day is a new opportunity and that I can always help them out.
Absolutely. So, do you do the personal training on the side, like your own little business?
Yes, I do it on the side, a little um, business. Yes.
Do you have a website or a page that people can go to work with you?
The the page people can go to is my social media through
Okay.
Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, you name it all. Castera Charles, Casteracharles. You want me to spell that again?
Nope, I'm fast. Awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely put that on what I do is I do a page, like a summary for each guest. So I will put that on your page so people can find you. But this story is amazing and so inspiring. Wow. I mean, you've been through so much.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And the thing I always have for people looking for like advice, I always tell them the best thing you can do.
Survive and thrive.
And
That's amazing. That is awesome.
I do, if anyone wants the merch, I do have them at this website called Millions.
I saw that. You got hoodies and hats and t-shirts. I saw all that. I'm going to put that website on there too because that's a proud t-shirt to wear. It really is.
Thank you.
So, as we wrap up, what else would you like our viewers to know?
I would like them to know the funny story. I did not mention it, but pretty funny. So when I first arrived here to America, I ate these huge block of cheese,
Hmm.
one night that I decided to sneak out of my um room, because I was thinking, I now I have all the food I can eat. anything I want. Ate all the cheese, and the next day I couldn't go to the bathroom.
You ate all the cheese? What did your mom say? Oh my gosh.
I hope you learned your lesson.
And you did.
I learned my lesson. There were also times where I was super full and just kept overeating. And my dad would say, I told you not to get any more plates, you know?
Can't help it. What is your favorite food now in America?
I like Chipotle
All the athletes eat there.
pretty much.
That's great. So survive and thrive.
Survive inside.
Besides basketball that you were coaching and being a personal trainer, how, what else how do you reach the younger community besides that? Just on your social media platforms?
Yeah, and I'm also writing a book about my life too. So
Oh, wow. That is amazing. Please let me know when it's finished so I can put that all over the place because your story is so unique and people are going to stop and say, wait, what? They will definitely buy this book.
I mean, yeah,
Definitely.
I feel like, with the story, I feel like it does get noticed, but at the same time, I feel like it doesn't get out there to enough people.
Right, for sure. And I wrote a book called Turning Pain into Strength because I broke my back. I mean, I just had to do a podcast so that other people can tell their stories and inspire people. So I appreciate you so much.
Thank you. That is inspiring. 13 surgery, I could never picture that.
Yeah, it made me stronger.
You survived inside.
I did. And you keep continuing.
It continues. Like,
Cass, this was a great, I'm so glad I got to meet you. You make the world such a better place.
thank you. I appreciate that. And also, you just told me that story, realize, I'm grateful, that I've never had back problems. And, I'm sure it still doesn't feel right to this day, but at the same time, it's like a blessing that you are able to walk, do what you want with the podcast.
Yes, very fortunate. And it's great that we can see our lives for the better. And then we take that gift that we have and then we try to help others.
Try our best.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Cass, before we wrap up the interview, any last things you want to say besides your cheese story?
Boy, when I first arrived to Ohio, I hated the snow and I hated the cold.
I bet.
Soon as I saw that, soon as I saw that, I, freaked out. I was not expecting that because being born in Haiti, I was used to the heat, and that's what, led me to St. Augustine, Florida today.
I'm on the other side of you. I'm on Cape Coral.
Oh, really? That
Yep.
that's I mean, actually funny. I have a one of my Gallaudet teammates is in Cape Coral, and I went to visit over on New Year's. Yeah,
Wow, small world.
funny.
Well, like I said, Cass, you are amazing. Absolutely amazing. I know everyone is proud of you, and I know your story is going to inspire other people. And thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, you take care of yourself.
Thank you.
All right, Cass. Have a good rest of your week.
And you.
So, what did you think of Castera's story? I could not believe the resilience he had, even as a small child. Hearing his journey reminded me that even the toughest beginnings don't have to define your future. On my website, you will find Castera's contact information, his merchandise link, and his complete story. Until next time, thank you for listening.